Over the top with Chad and Tony, talking about movies and wrestling. Hot mic chance, Georgia team hating on me. Gene, BJ the DJ keeps the party going. Brandon E brings the heat. We don't know how to speak. Running wild on you, brother. We're over the top. Rocking it back to the vintage scene. Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central. With epic thumbnails from the Viz. It's a must-see. Gonna bring you the best. Legends you remember from the ring and silver screen. We're over the top. Get ready for a good time.
Bow! What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Chad Arms, a.k.a. Chatty Bobby Olembody.
And my name is Tony, a.k.a. Friday the 14th. Bring that back. I haven't done it in a while.
Is it my turn again?
Yep.
I'm Hot Mike Chance. I'm just keeping it simple again.
Oh, man. Come on. You ain't got nothing elaborate for it? Nothing
Well,
Boot
hello, everybody. My name is Boot Scootin' Richardson.
Yes!
BSR.
City Slicker. City Slicker.
That attitude's come out for this episode. He's got the boots on.
It's Friday night and the mood is right. Gonna have some fun, show you how it's done. TGIF. I'm hot. No, I'm not. I'm Cold Mike Brandon.
Cold Mike Brandon, dude.
Follow that one up.
CMB.
There we go.
CMB, baby.
There we go.
I can't follow that. I'm Jordan.
Yeah, there
I'm
you
the
go.
Viz. I'm back again.
Back again for another episode.
Yeah.
Episode 90, dude. Shout out to Neil Smith. Shout out to Javon Curse. We're back one more again for you. If y'all liked the last episode, we talked about me pooping my pants. And we talked about Mike Tyson. We also talked about Burger King not knowing how to not put mayonnaise on burgers.
Yep.
But hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe, man.
Please
And
do.
we're coming back with another one of these. These seem to be a lot of people's really like these.
That
these
is one of
topics.
our favorite episodes to do now, too, because looking back at it, dude, the early 90s, bangers.
For sure, man. We're going to be talking about 1993 films today, guys.
Yeah.
And
There's some.
Dude,
if you
it's,
thought 94 was a banger of a year, which it was, 93 is
the GOAT.
dude, it may be one, in our lifetime.
Yeah.
In our lifetime, one of the best years ever.
We're all
for movies.
roughly 8 to 10 years old at this point.
Yeah.
This year.
So you technically could be a gray-headed goat if you
Facts.
grew up watching these movies. And while we're speaking of gray-headed goat, there is a gray-headed goat to the left of me. Just put out a new album, and it's banging.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Ready to Go 3 available now.
Go get it.
But like, if you haven't tuned in these episodes before, what we do is we just start with in the beginning of the year, and we just kind of go through, speak on movies that came out, kind of talk about what they made, what our thoughts are on them. We'll just kind of power through it.
Yeah.
It's a big year.
It's
a big year.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big year.
And I don't. Who wants to start, man? We got January here. Anybody want to start with January?
Well, you want to go? Who?
You don't want me
I'll
to start
throw-
off. I'll start off. Everybody.
Well, I'll throw off one from the great shout out BJ. He hasn't been on here in a few weeks. He'll be back soon. Shout out BJ. I'll throw one out here, Mr. Nanny.
Mr. Nanny.
Mr.
Mr. Nanny, dude. Starting off fire. 4.2 million at the box office.
Boom.
Good old Terry Bollea, Hulk Hogan. Now, I always not confused, but this and Suburban Commando, they're kind of interchangeable.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they're not good.
Which one is the one that had Sherman Hemsley in it?
That is Mr. Nanny.
That's Mr. Nanny. And
Suburban
then
Commando has
Christopher Lloyd.
Okay. And Mark Callis.
Yeah.
AKA
Oh,
Taker.
Undertaker.
Yes.
What were y'all's thoughts on the old Hogan movies, man? Mr. Nanny?
They were terrible.
They were bad.
I loved him as a kid.
As a kid,
Hulk
yeah.
Hogan.
Suburban Commando was.
It was better than Mr. Nanny. I
Yeah.
thought.
But he's not an actor.
But Sherman Hemsley, you know, he's
not a
was supposed to
wrestler
add.
Hot Mike coming out, them
Sherman
boots,
Hemsley
man.
was supposed to add some star power to it, and it didn't.
Yeah.
No.
But Sherman Hemsley's still alive and well, and Stephen A. Smith. So shout out to Stephen A. Smith. They look just like.
They
Same
do.
haircut, same haircut, same walk, same everything.
They do. Sherman,
Yeah.
that dude, I think
Yeah.
that may be the pops to Stephen A. Smith,
He
R.I.P.
is the Sherman. He is the modern day Sherman Hemsley.
He really is, dude.
Yeah.
Shout out Mr.
But there's a
Nanny.
reason that movie only made $4.5 million.
That's $4.5 million.
I got
too much.
yeah. Well, I see a sequel here from January. I didn't really care for this one, but I loved the first two.
Yeah.
Return of the Living Dead 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The best part of it is that the zombie chick's boobs.
Well, if you wouldn't say the B word, if you'd say tits or something like honkers or hooters.
I was
or
waiting
something.
for that. Once you said it, I knew it was
The
coming.
B word is just so.
I knew it was coming.
Sorry, I'm back to 10 years old.
No, I mean we're 10 years old during this time frame, so I get it.
This is true.
But I love, and I can safely say that all three of us are big fans of the first two.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've never
seen
seen
any
the
of
third.
that?
I've never seen the
Part
third
one, I only know part one.
Yeah, well, part one's the best.
Yeah,
one.
that
Part
movie's
two's great too.
I've never seen that one.
Fun fact, you being such a big Michael Jackson fan, like part two, there's like this part where a zombie comes in. It's got like the red Michael Jackson jacket.
Thriller jacket.
I knew
Yeah,
about
Thriller
that. I did know about
Yeah.
that. I haven't seen it, but I
Or
was,
it goes even more comedy than the first one.
Got
does,
you.
But it's still fun.
It's fun.
but
I never saw the third one. I owned it, but I never watched it.
It's okay. It's a different. It's about 10 years after they made the first couple, and it's a totally different vibe. It's like a love story kind of like horror movie. It was just okay. And it must not have had much of a release in the theaters because it only did like 21,000. So it probably
I'll throw one at y'all.
Go ahead.
In January. I'm not sure if anybody ever watched, but I loved it. Was Alive.
Oh, yeah.
My brother watched.
Fantastic.
I've seen bits and pieces.
Oh,
like,
my God.
is that
over
where they
time.
have to like eat?
Eat it, yeah. Like
I never
people were
saw
dying,
it.
and like they just had to resort to doing things. They were eating each other's like the meat and stuff off of a dead body who froze to death or something. The movie was fantastic.
They were a soccer or
Yeah.
a rugby team?
Yeah,
or
rugby. Yeah.
team and
Yeah.
everything?
Oh yeah.
I think they've remade the movie
Have they?
recently.
I think you're correct.
There's
Yeah.
like a show or something.
Yeah, it's
streaming.
something similar to but
I think it's the
never-
same story.
36 mil it made.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
The
Great
question
I've never
is,
seen
if you were in that situation, would you starve or would you eat somebody?
Man, I'm too nice.
If they
man.
were
You are too
already
nice.
I'd
gone
get
and
eaten.
passed away and everything,
And you could do it.
I could do it.
I might.
I
If
feel
they
like-
were alive and say, "Hey, buddy," it's like,
Well,
hey,
yeah, not if they're alive.
yeah,
for
it's
sure.
like it's down to me and chance. It's like, "Hey, I got to eat you just for me to live." I was like,
I
we'll
would.
do-
I am the biggest hater of cold weather. I would have died anyway.
Yeah,
So
I probably.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. I can't do cold.
Lord, take me
My
now.
black ass would have been the first one to die.
I wouldn't be too far behind.
But if somebody was already like, if the plane crashes, boom, and Terry over there is already gone and everything, and we need some ham.
Yeah.
Sorry, Terry, I'm cutting that ham off of you.
What,
Yeah, I mean,
what part are you eating first?
I mean,
What are you going for?
and you said Terry. You said so you're going to eat Terry's ass? Oh, you said ham. You said you
well,
need some
that
ham.
ham is not necessarily.
A thigh?
A hamstring? Eat
What do you-
Terry's
what do you
thigh?
start-
We're going
on.
for the meatiest part, I guess.
All right, we can
Back
change
up,
the topic.
Terry.
Poor Terry.
We can change the
Lord.
topic.
Yeah, that's
Some
I had to
fireworks.
ask.
Shout out to cannibalism, guys. Coming in hot and live. But I've heard nothing but good things
You
about
would
it.
love that movie.
But
dude.
it's like
so
it's
good.
one that I never watched because I just felt like it was such a bleak movie. Just hearing about what people said.
I
about
watched it as a kid.
Yeah. Well,
Like I watched
never
it
heard
at
about
like
it.
around this era, like '94 ish.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see it in the movie theater, but I remember like renting it. Well, I didn't rent it, but like adults in my house
Yeah.
rented it, and I watched it. Yeah.
I remember my brother talking about it. He saw it in the theater.
Oh, really?
And it scared me. He's 8 years older than me.
Okay.
So I was 10.
Yeah.
You know, he was in that prime slot.
Yeah.
But he was like all about like,
Yeah.
let's go see
My
this
brother
crazy movie.
might have been the one
It
who
scared
rented
me
it
to
too,
death. I was
yeah.
like, they're eating people. I was like, I had no cannibalism. I didn't know what that. I was like, dang,
Dang, they're eating people. What is?
I don't want to go in the snow. That's what happens. I'm not going to the mountains.
I ain't going sledding. Hell no, Timmy. We ain't going sledding. Have you not heard what happens in the
Yeah, I just
wild?
thought we built snowmen. They're eating each other. All right.
Y'all got one for January?
Yeah, I got one.
Throw us one.
This is low key one of my favorite horror franchises to watch.
Okay.
The Leprechaun.
Yeah, I like
It's a fun one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was the best, but it's one
have
of the most
fun
fun.
with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, turn your brain off.
Yep.
It's fun.
Jennifer Aniston in that movie.
Yeah.
She sure
Is that the one?
was.
Was she in the first one?
Yeah.
I like the first one for sure.
Yeah.
I like the first couple.
I only liked the first one.
The one
No,
where he's in
there's a
Vegas.
couple of decent ones.
Obviously,
haven't seen them all.
all the sequels ended up going to space, whether it was Ghoulies or
Yeah.
or freaking Leprechauns.
Jason.
Everybody went to space.
Yeah.
Space,
Yeah.
Space in the Hood.
Yeah.
Space
Yeah.
Hood,
Both of
It's true.
Yep. Yep. But I
Fast
did
and
like the
Furious
first
went to
couple.
space.
Yeah.
And then WWE
Facts.
did the Leprechaun thing that was just
I never watched
Leprechaun
that.
Origins. I watched
Yeah.
the whole series because I did on my other channel. I did like a review of it, and I remember the only ones that I really hated was like not that one. That one was okay. Or no, the Origins one was bad. It was the one when what's his name, the small character
Hornswoggle.
Oh,
that one was the worst one.
Yeah.
because it wasn't
Get that
Leprechaun.
ready.
The new one they came out with that was on Sci-Fi. That one wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But
I
that
had another one on there.
yeah. There's one that I see on here in January that I'm sure you were all about.
Oh yeah, you see, day after my birthday, a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, Nowhere to Run.
Oh, great movie.
Man, it's a sleeper in the Jean-Claude Van Damme repertoire.
And it fit 52 million.
That's the power of
52.
JCVD, man. That dude brought in the ladies into the
He
movie
did.
theaters.
He really did, though.
And that one had that was a sneaky one. He was he was in prison, then gets broke out of prison, he goes into hiding, and then.
I'm glad you were born, by the way.
Dude,
Just saying, man.
I'm a huge Jean-Claude Van Damme fan.
Because he's great.
Dude, my favorite Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
Bloodsport.
Okay, that's a great one.
Yeah,
It's Lionheart is mine.
it's really good. Really good.
Jordan.
Bloodsport.
Bloodsport.
But I get a lot of his mixed up because I didn't watch them all the time.
Yeah, Kickboxers.
Kickboxers.
That's so
there.
good.
Those
Sudden
are probably
Death,
my top two.
Sudden Death is great.
It's because of the vibe of it.
Yeah,
Like
in the hockey.
But I was a huge fan, actually, too, as a kid. Yeah. Yeah.
Hard Targets right there.
Yeah.
With that.
Yeah.
That is one of the most glorious mullets ever. But yeah, Nowhere to Run. Great Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
One that I'll say in here that I don't even know if y'all have seen it, but I believe it was the same guy that did The Burbs, Matinee.
I have never seen that
John
one.
Goodman about the theater and stuff.
Did Shout Select put that out or something like that?
It was like a red slipcover.
Yeah.
Yep. It's okay, man. I got it back. I'd never seen it until it came out in there. It was all right. Maybe if I'd have seen it as a kid, I liked it a little more. But I'm pretty sure Joe Dante, the same guy that did Burbs, did Matinee. And I love John Goodman, but I just remember it being okay.
Yeah. And it's a common theme that, like we've talked about before, January is usually the slow month of the year and everything, and then it starts building. I'll let you take one off right there at the beginning of February, Jordan.
Yeah, February 3rd, big hitter. Homeward Bound.
Oh my gosh, dude! One of the greatest movies that growing up.
Chance was such a cool,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know.
Shadow
was such a
Cool
wise
dude.
man.
Oh man,
He'll be back. I know it.
That voice.
Michael J. Fox doing the
What
voice.
was the cat's name?
Sassy.
Sassy.
But man, when he gets popped in the face by that porcupine.
I literally like mock my dogs now, and I talk like Shadow and Chance. Like, calm down, pup. You have so much to learn.
But man, as a kid though, when they come around that corner right there at the end,
Oh.
first a Chance and Sassy come around, and then Shadow, he makes that turn. And he's
And wasn't
limping.
that a Disney movie too?
Yeah, it is.
yeah.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
unlike it's like you just never people talk about it, but they never be like,
Yeah,
hey,
and
it's Disney.
It did it did 41 million, but it did like 10 or 11 million less than John Claude's.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like lower grade action movie did.
Interesting.
What y'all thought on the sequel?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I never
I don't
saw
even
It
know
wasn't
that
better than the
one.
first
I don't
one, but-
remember the second. I love the first one.
The first one's
They're lost
classic.
in San Francisco.
Yeah.
The second one and everything.
I bet you Kevin McAllister's sorry ass parents dropped him off.
Common theme.
But no, Homeward Bound, magical.
Oh, yeah.
And that's one that's never gotten a Blu-ray. It's gotten a DVD
That's
release,
true.
Interesting.
but it's never gone the next step and gotten a Blu-ray release.
I tried to show it to my kids.
It's on Disney
And
on the Disney Plus
it
app.
did- it
It's
didn't
on
hit.
there. My daughter liked it.
It didn't hit with mine.
Really?
They were like, "What is this?
Oh,
Like, this is awful."
One of these movies I'm going to say, I don't even know it exists, and it did 140 million. Summersby.
I've never
Anybody
even
know what that is?
heard of that movie.
It's Jordan's favorite act. Jodie Foster's in
Oh
this.
God,
With
Jodie
Richard
Foster.
Gere.
I mean, the '90s Jodie Foster though. I mean,
No,
It's
that
just-
voice.
it's
I
the
just can't
voice.
do
Oh,
the
you didn't like
voice.
Jodie Foster?
No.
Oh, so
Talks,
it's a
she talks
joke,
like
okay.
The way she talks, she can't.
Huge though in the '90s though.
No,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah, she's
Yeah, Silence of the
legitimate.
I didn't know
Lambs.
what this movie
Great
was, and
movie.
it did $140 million.
I never heard of it.
I don't know what.
Never heard
I've
of
never
it.
even heard of it. Now I've heard of that one that came out, Loaded Weapon.
Loaded
Oh, with
Weapon is
Emilio
so
Estevez.
good.
Yeah,
It's
National
so good.
Lampoon's.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's one of those
I've
like
always loved that movie.
the Naked Gun style.
Yeah, it has that same
comedies.
comedy.
Yeah,
like
it's similar.
Hot
It's similar
Shots.
to that Naked Gun-ish style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
it was
remember
fun.
Loaded
Danny
Weapon.
Glover was in it as
Yeah.
well.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was
remember
Samuel
Loaded
Jackson.
Oh yeah. Oop, sorry.
Yeah.
Reverse.
All black people look alike.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
When I said that, and I was wrong. I was like, I know that's how that's gonna come off, and that's not what I meant.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm black, and I thought I knew
You're
one
thinking
of
of
them
just
too. I didn't know
normal.
which one it was.
You're thinking of Lethal Weapon. Yeah.
Danny Glover.
Nah, Loaded Weapon. I've seen.
All black people look alike.
I just said even I fucked it up too. So
I agreed
to
with
it,
you.
dude.
I
I
totally
knew it was
agreed
one
with
of
you.
them though. Yeah.
So I was selling it right there with you, bro. I was right there. I was earthquaking it for you.
Yeah. Question.
So In one of these episodes, you speak about a movie that's called something, and you thought it was this movie.
Yeah.
Dead Alive.
Yeah, it was like Brain Dead. Is what
Yeah,
I thought.
So Dead Alive was a Peter Jackson movie, and it's the most over the top, no pun
Gore-fest.
intended, gore movie. But it's like not even like blood. It's like green. Did you watch it, Jordan?
I still haven't seen it.
It's
You remember when you bought that fancy?
same guy that did Lord of the Rings.
I know.
right?
Still never watched
Yo.
it.
And it's just this really over the top, like insanely ridiculous horror.
That
movie.
part where the baby gets launched, the zombie baby gets launched on the seesaw.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and then
sounds
the dude with
horrible.
the lawnmower
It's
just goes just walking
Over the
through
top.
zombies with a
intended.
lawnmower.
Yeah.
But remember when Jordan bought
That-
that fancy DVD release at Scarefest?
That bootleg. Still never
But-
watched it.
Awesome cover art on it.
I never watched it because you always
Ginger-
told
was
me
it
you
the
were like,
Ginger
dude,
Dead
it's so
Man?
bad. It's so bad.
Ginger Dead Man.
Ginger
Yeah.
Dead. Shout out Gary Busey. Butter. What does he say? Butter sausage.
buttered sausage.
But
Yeah, it's
Brain
bad.
Dead and Dead Alive are the same movie.
That's what I thought. I thought Brain Dead was like a secondary title.
But
to
I
it
don't
or
know if it
something.
was that. If there's another Brain Dead,
I
but
think
this one,
There is another
There's
Brain
a-
Dead.
Scream Factory dropped a
Yeah.
Brain Dead.
yeah,
movie.
this
there's
one-
another
yeah.
Brain Dead that I
Yeah,
was thinking
this was
of.
called Brain Dead before it was called Dead Alive,
That's
or
what I
vice
thought.
versa.
Oh, okay.
Shout out
So-
to Vice Versa. Solid
Yeah.
film.
was
Judge
only-
Reinhold and fucking bitch ass Fred Savage.
I was only half wrong.
I know. I'm sorry. I don't like Fred Savage.
I loved Wonder Years. I
do
mean,
too.
that's all that matters, I guess,
think
when we
it
talk
was-
about
it
Fred
was
Savage.
Vice
That and the
Versa.
Wizard.
Yeah,
It
the
was
Wizard.
it was Vice Versa, Wizard, and Little Monsters. He was just a little.
He did it well. He
fuckhead.
did a good job. He did a good job.
He
of
did a
it.
good job of being a fuckhead.
Yeah.
Facts.
His brother Wayne was worse though.
Wayne.
Wayne
Wayne.
Arnold was a shithead.
And then he turned into a wrestling promoter.
Yeah.
After that,
That's like Eric Bischoff's best friend.
was that Jason
Hervey.
Jason Hervey?
Yeah.
Yep. Here's a. What do y'all think of Groundhog
I
Day?
love Groundhog's Day.
Bill
I
Murray.
love that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Favorite
I love
Bill
that
Murray movie.
It is so good.
Yeah.
Ain't he dating?
And it has your girl in it too.
Bill Murray is.
Who?
He's dating Khalees.
Really?
Milkshake?
Yeah,
Khalees?
Was she married to Don?
He got that jungle fever.
Me and Bill Murray both. My dude, man. All right, dude.
Khalees, the singer? Khalees?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
But ain't your girl in that movie too?
Julia Louise.
No, it's not her.
No, that's
different girl.
Andy McDowell, I think, ain't it?
okay.
I don't
It's
know
gonna be
her name.
wrong. Hang on, let me just find it.
Oh, they all look alike.
Hillary Clinton, I think, was in it.
Hillary Clinton.
But no, Groundhog Day's a fun one.
Yeah, we watched that one a lot.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Yeah, it was
Andy
a-
McDowell. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And February is slow, but
There's a couple in there.
I
Hey.
like Falling Down.
Yeah,
I was
Yeah.
gonna, dude. That's
I
what I was
agree.
gonna say. That
Yeah.
you talk.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
can relate to falling
Yeah,
down.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Falling
Was it Michael Douglas?
Yep.
100% can relate with it.
Just
yeah.
having a bad day
Yeah.
and people just keep.
When
That was me
That
with the Burger
opening
King
scene.
day.
Yeah.
That was your falling down moment
From the last episode, the
Perfectly.
Burger
That's
King
fair.
day.
That's fair.
That was
We've
me.
We've all had that falling down moment.
That was it.
Multiple times, I'm
yeah.
sure. But
Oh,
Sitting in
such a great
traffic,
movie.
it just
Yeah.
Nashville traffic. It will get you
Mm-hmm.
in that total
Social
total
media will
space.
get you that way sometimes.
But one that we're not, I know I'm not a fan of that came out on February 19th. The third sequence in the Evil Dead.
figured you liked that.
I'm not a fan of Army of Darkness.
you know,
we
I-
liked
okay.
we liked the first two.
I don't know. I thought you
Yeah.
liked
I only like the first one.
No.
I don't
I
like,
like
I don't
the
like
second one's
one.
essentially the first one.
Yeah,
but with
I mean,
more comedy
yeah.
to it. The third one, it just
It's like it goes too far off
with
the
the
path.
medieval thing.
Yeah,
and,
it's like medieval.
and there's like 10 different cuts of the movie.
Medieval.
The easiest way to get me and Jordan uninterested in a film is if it's anything with like period pieces, like
Yeah.
medieval.
Okay, that's fair. I'm not a fan.
Hold
I
on,
can't
no,
do
I've
it,
got
bro.
this guy.
I instantly tune out.
I
I've
get
got
it,
this
yeah.
guy itching to watch Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I mean, I liked those back in the day. So I haven't watched them in 20 years, so I want to watch them again.
No, for sure.
Take me
I
back
liked
to
them back
Middle
in the
Earth.
day.
I'm a Middle Earth nerd.
okay.
I love Lord of the Rings.
Middle Earth, hear me in. Hear me in.
That's pretty.
I'm a Middle Earth nerd.
Just a movie buff, man.
yeah,
Just
dude.
a movie buff. you
Take
know?
me to Middle Earth. One more in February that have y'all seen Desperado, correct? And Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Oh,
El-
love that movie.
El Mariachi.
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
the first one in
Oh,
the Mexico trilogy and
interesting.
everything. It's not. I think it's a Robert Rodriguez does direct that one and everything, but it's the first movie in the Mexico series and everything.
I have to go back and watch
Yeah,
that one.
it's not. I like Desperado and Once
I
Upon a
love
Time in
Once Upon a
Mexico.
Time in Mexico.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Shout out to Untamed Heart as well.
Oh, movie.
The name was Christian Slater, and let's see how good I am. And I don't think I've seen this movie. I think it's Christian Slater and Marissa Tomei. Let's see.
Okay, fact check. I like Marissa Tomei.
Marissa Tomei.
Yeah, she's like a fine wine too. She's gotten better with age.
She still looks good.
Another reason you need to watch Seinfeld because there's a whole thing on Marissa Tomei.
Oh, yeah.
really?
Christian Slater, Marissa Tomei, and Rosie Perez.
Oh man, that one going back to last
Yeah.
episode. Rosie Perez, not a very good boxing commentator.
Well, because
you
she's not a
expect her to
boxer.
be?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. I love
Her
Rosie
and
Perez.
Cedric
I do
both.
too.
Look,
Yeah.
there are very
Yeah.
few movie women
Yeah.
that are better to me than Rosie Perez and White Man Can't
Yeah.
Jump.
Oh, man,
bro.
she's
That's a
It
great
doesn't
scene.
get much better than
Yeah.
Rosie to me.
Yeah.
Back then,
I'm
you know?
100% as a
Like-
young lad.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
love Rosie Perez.
Well, now wasn't she a fly girl?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Shout out to Fly Girls.
Yeah. Her and White Man Can't Jump.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
The third one. Yeah,
the third
Shoo
one.
Shoo.
The third one.
Hey,
Shoo
that's the
Shoo.
one that,
Shoo.
is that the
Thank
one,
you.
Unwatchable.
Ah, thank
is that the one
Yeah.
that
Terrible.
Kevin Nash is in?
I don't
No,
know.
it's part-
He's in
He's
two.
part
He's in
two.
two.
That's
He's
part
in
two.
two.
No,
Super
part
Shredder.
3 is absolutely
Where they go
Can't
back
watch
into
it.
China. They go back to like to China or Japan.
Costco size shoo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um,
Terrible.
Have you ever heard of Amos and Andrew?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
We used to rent that
Yeah.
when I was
I
younger.
did too.
Nicolas Cage and Samuel
No,
L. Jackson
I
again.
I like that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
know if
remember-
anybody was gonna know it, but
I don't remember it very well, but we rented it and I watched it a handful of
Chad,
times.
somebody you should get on one of your trilogies of one of your albums. Great rapper, CB4.
Yeah.
Chris Rock.
Oh man.
That movie's shit. by
Kibo
the
put
way.
that out
Yeah.
a couple years ago.
Kibo, dude. Shout out to CB4.
It's
And
terrible.
I'll tell you this right now. I'll go on record and say it, whatever that means, nothing. But, I truly do feel like this is the most terrifying movie I've ever watched. Fire in the Sky.
Yes, dude.
It
Yes.
says a lot for you.
I was late in the game on this one.
Dude,
I saw it probably the
It's
year
not
after it got
even-
released. When it got put out on VHS, the year after. I saw it in '94.
and it's DB Sweeney is like the main actor in it, but it's also got dude from Terminator,
Yeah, not Pattinson. What's
Robert
What was that?
Patrick.
Robert Patrick.
Fun
That's it.
fact, DB Sweeney's a patient in my work.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
fact.
dude, are you a fan of like alien abduction?
No.
No. Okay. Well, this movie's this is the best movie I feel like
They captured.
as far as like real. I don't want to say realistic because we don't know.
Yeah.
But like the way that they made the aliens and the especially
abduction.
for '93, dude, it's terrifying.
Absolutely.
You get like that first person angle when he's like, in the ship.
Yeah, and just,
They're like
Yeah,
doing
I don't
stuff
really
to
do,
him. And
Yeah, I don't really do the alien stuff.
pretty
too much.
terrifying.
Because I fully believe in them. So
No,
pretty
I get,
terrifying.
I get it. Yeah, I get
It was
it.
like this one was very comparative. Like watching this one for the first time was very comparable. Like watching the Blair Witch Project. The
is he
first time.
is DB an alien?
No, he's the one that gets
gets
abducted.
abducted.
Okay.
He's just a normal
I'm gonna
guy.
say, seems like a nice guy in
They're,
real life.
they're loggers. They're locker.
Yeah.
I forget they're like up in Oregon or something like that.
You know who else is in it?
It's based on a true story.
You know who else is
Yeah.
in it? He plays the badass in it. Craig Sheffer, who was you remember the program?
Yeah,
The quarterback from the program.
Yeah.
And he was in
I've seen this movie now.
Yeah.
I'll say that you rehashing some old
Dude,
memories. from me.
terrifying when they show the aliens.
I've
and stuff.
seen this movie. Yeah,
I could close my eyes and I see those. Fucking
I remember
aliens.
like a lot about it now when y'all were talking about it. Yeah,
Terrifying.
Now I have to bring it up to him next time
Have
he
you
comes
seen
in
it?
out.
You've never seen
I need to
Fear
watch
Sky?
it.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was. I just remember it though.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
that's one you need.
I'll
to
throw
see.
in a great action movie right there at the beginning of March. Best of the Best 2. I love the whole Best of the Best franchise.
that's the one that
good.
Cody from is Cody in that one?
No, he's in 3.
His birthday's today, by the way.
Oh man,
Yep.
how do you know that?
Because it's just random shit.
Cody from Step by Step. Happy birthday, Cody.
Brandon call. It's his birthday.
Brandon
today.
Call's birthday, dude. Happy
Yeah,
birthday.
I
shout
almost
out.
sent it to the group text this morning. Swear to God, I did.
Shout out Cody from Step by Step.
Oh, it's my birthday.
And he was in Kickboxer 2 as well.
He's
Yeah.
a fighter in real life. Yeah.
Now April is a banger of a month coming up here. Who wants to throw one off here?
I'm just saying, Benny the Jet Rodriguez, motherfucker, The Sandlot.
One of the greatest.
It's one of the greatest movies of all time.
Yeah.
Period. I don't care who you are.
Oh, dude, it's the best baseball movie. Can we say it's the best baseball
I mean,
movie?
for me, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Arguably.
Arguably,
Yeah.
arguably, yeah.
One of the best childhood movies. I mean,
that's
it's
what-
up there with like Goonies, obviously.
I love
years later.
It's
of
my
course.
favorite.
But
my
Sandlot is
favorites.
great. And
It's
you know
way
what?
better than it should have been.
Yeah,
You know, like the
Right.
music and
Yeah.
like the actors. Like you cared about all the kids.
Shout out to
like,
Yeah. No one ever talks about him.
Yeah, slept on.
Exactly.
Yeah, he slept
so
on.
many good
Yeah,
characters.
Yeah.
He
And
is,
you,
dude.
like you cared about every person. Every
Just the whole vibe.
I
of
mean,
it.
Squint's got his name from that movie. for
Absolutely,
God's
dude.
sakes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I want to say this, and Sandlot being one of the greatest movies, right? It did $32 million. You're like, okay, dope. Do you know what did $31 million? Fucking Cop and a Half.
My $7.
Norman D. Golden and fucking Burt Reynolds in that pedophilia ass bathroom scene.
It was so fun though back in the day.
It was. It's like, oh, like,
I saw it for the first time at a friend's house,
I
like at a
seen it.
sleepover.
I was one. I contributed to that 31 million because I went to the movies to see
dude.
it.
I
And
loved
again,
it.
going back to it, Brandon. Back in the
I
day,
love
we've
this
showed the
movie.
clip before. He had a framed poster of Cop and a Half in his
awesome.
house. Dude. It was fucking great.
I love that movie. Man.
Oh, it was great, dude.
But he's a terrible actor.
Did he do anything? Did he do anything besides that movie?
I don't probably, but probably like low budget
Yeah.
stuff, but
I haven't watched it.
terrible.
Man,
25 years.
that bathroom
30
scene
years.
does not age well.
I must ask y'all a question. Who's got the best mustache? Burt Reynolds, Jeff Fisher, or Jake the Snake Roberts?
I'm going Jake Roberts.
I'm going with Jeff Fisher.
Can I do
There's a
a
snake
write-in
hitting
ballot?
a write-in.
Write-in ballot. Tom Selleck.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay,
I think Mr.
Magnum
Baseball.
PI?
Yeah.
Don Mattingly ripoff.
Dun Mattingly.
Great
Yeah.
movie. I'm sorry.
I love Mr.
Okay,
Baseball.
thank you.
I love
Thank
it.
you.
I love
Thank
it.
you.
I love every part of it.
Yep. I need to go rewatch. It's like on my rewatch list right now. Is Mr. Baseball.
Speaking of like badass MFers, because all the people that we named with mustaches are badasses. I don't know about Jeff Fisher, but do I see one on here from a badass SOB? Sidekicks.
Yeah, Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris and
I forget what
Jonathan Brandis.
I
Jonathan
think so.
Brandis is
He's-
the name.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Exactly.
R.I.P.
Yep, it's Jonathan
But that
Brandis.
was Last Action Hero before Last Action
No,
Hero.
yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
I bet Last Action Hero got their idea from Sidekicks.
You probably.
I think it did. I think they did.
Yeah.
You know what? And I dare
Sidekicks.
you to prove us wrong.
Come after us, Arnie.
Jonathan Brandis, did he also star in a solid
Sequest.
film there as well? Ladybugs? Was that him in Ladybugs with Rodney Dangerfield, or am I tripping? The original.
I'll take your word on that one. I know
Ladybugs,
some
dude. Solid film. Give it a look.
Solid film, Ladybugs. Solid film.
Did you read Berenstain books the same day? Same
Yeah,
day
I
you
did,
watched
dude.
Ladybugs?
I did, dude. Ladybugs was a sleeper, dude. I get no respect.
Shout out to Rodney Nation.
What about Jonathan Taylor Thomas and the Adventures of Huck Finn?
Great movie.
I never saw it,
I
man.
You
love
never
that
saw
movie.
that one?
I saw it. I remember I liked it.
Made
as a
Made
kid.
$24 million.
24.
24 million.
Million.
Million with an M.
Hey, The Crush was a good movie.
Ooh, was that the one with Alicia Silverstone?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, she was like 14-year-old, little stalker.
Yep.
Yeah, another
Yeah,
weird.
yeah,
Same. 93 was the year for
93 is a
weirdness.
banger. I'm telling
Dude,
y'all.
yeah, and we're just getting going, mate. I mean,
Look at how much money Indecent Proposal made.
That movie was
Indecent
fantastic.
Proposal. What's-
Decent Proposal was awesome.
Holy
266.
shit.
That movie was-
That's is that the movie with Michael Douglas?
Michael Douglas is
No,
No,
Indecent
that's
Proposal.
that's Disclosure. That's what
Disclosure.
you're thinking of.
Indecent Proposal.
Solid
That's
film.
the one with Demi Moore in it.
That's
correct?
Disclosure. too,
Not
I
a
think.
semi tractor trailer.
What is Indecent Proposal then? Who was
It's,
in that
it's
one?
Billy Bob Thornton, Woody Harrelson, Demi Moore.
Oh, okay. So
And Robert
she's in
Redford.
both.
Oh, okay, is it where Robert Redford's the rich guy and he's like paying for Demi Moore's time and everything?
Sure.
I never
Sounds
watched
like
it,
it.
but I know
think
it's,
that's-
I know
It's
it's a
something
big
like that. I've
movie.
never watched
I
it
never,
either.
never seen it.
It did 266 million, whatever. However, it was not near as good of a film as the Dr. Dre and Ed Lover film, Who's the Man? Remember that one?
Who's the
No
man?
MTV Raps, bitch.
You damn right.
Shout out to Dr. Dre, not Andre Young, the other Dr. Dre.
I've seen Who's the Man.
Yeah, Who's the Man? Those movies, those 90s movies, it's kind of in that same vein as like Disorderlies.
Ed Lover's been on the podcast around lately, by the way. It's kind of weird, but he's been making this
Really?
around. Yeah.
That's cool.
He's started to kind of resurface a little bit. Not Dr. Dre, but Ed Lover has.
He's a legend, dude.
He really
Shout
is,
out to Ed
though.
Lover, man.
Who's the man?
Who's the man, dude?
Well, speaking of hood movies,
Uh-oh.
coming up in May,
Oh,
one of the
One of
best hood movies
Yep.
of all time,
my favorite.
Menace to Society.
That's my favorite.
And it's favorite. It's
That's
number
my-
2 for me. And it's the Boys in the Hood's my favorite.
Yeah.
Mine, it's like 1A, 1B.
But as a kid, Menace to Society was my favorite.
Yeah.
But I've gotten older and I've kind of reminisced on them, Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
No, they're
But
both
you're
amazing.
damn right, though.
I like the
amazing.
soundtrack
O-Dog
to
was-
Boys in the Hood. The score of Boys in the Hood,
Oh yeah.
I like better. But
But O-Dog was the fucking man.
oh,
dude.
Lorenz Tate in that time frame, because he did what the
Inkwell, love it.
He did
Most underrated movie in that
Yeah,
era.
he did a few like dope movies in the '90s. But I think Menace to Society it's arguably. Would you consider Baby Boy a hood like in the
It
same
is.
vein? I love
Yeah.
Baby Boy too.
It is.
I think that's a great movie.
It is. But them two are just.
Those are
I mean, CB4 is a hood movie. I mean,
facts,
they're all-
like on a comedy side.
There was
yeah.
another movie called South Central around that time.
Oh, yeah.
that was a good. Yeah, that was
Yep.
a good one. And there's one called Fresh as well.
Fresh, yep. Speaking of what we was talking about earlier with Loaded Weapon, you had Hot Shots Part
Hot
2.
Shots.
I love
Great.
both Hot
Yeah,
Shots.
Hot Shots.
133 million.
That was that one was a
I love both of those.
I remember the cover.
It was like Rainbow. He had like a big shootout scene, like it was Rainbow-esque
Yeah.
and everything. And
Yeah.
It's wild to see what some of these movies that have ended up becoming classic movies over the years, how they didn't like Sandlot did 32 million.
Yeah, that's
Menace to Society did 27 million.
baffling to me.
Cliffhanger, shout out to the GOAT, Sly, 255 million.
That was a
Just
smash
it's-
movie though. Yeah.
It's
That's
just 'cause
that
it's Sly.
action film. Yeah, action
It's just
stars,
it's
dude.
Sly, man. Sly has a big part to do with that. 'Cause,
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
you're right there in
Yeah.
Sly's prime and everything. But that opening,
No, go
that
ahead.
opening of Cliffhanger though,
Oh,
when
dude.
that whole opening scene.
Recently, I showed my kids Ace Ventura 2, and
You're a good dad.
Yeah, dude.
yeah,
I'm just
it was
saying.
better than the first one. It's not quite as raunchy as the
Yeah,
first one,
yeah.
Right.
so I could get away with that one.
First
But
one's
they were showing the raccoon scene. I was like, "You want to see like what they pulled that scene from?"
Yeah.
And I showed them the opening scene of Cliffhanger.
Oh yeah.
and then traumatized.
My son's like, I like watching the Ace Ventura one way more than this.
is too serious.
Watching this lady about to fall to her death. Like,
Not
you know.
Cliffhanger was.
But now you know like what it
Yeah,
came
Yeah.
from.
I love it.
Were
That's a
y'all
good one.
fans of the Super Mario Brothers movie?
that
Hated
movie
it.
was
Hated it.
the
I like-
drizzling shits.
Yeah, I did.
I liked it then, but
You did.
My
I
brother,
didn't. I
my
was
brother
let
liked
down.
it when we were kids. I think he had the VHS, but I don't
well,
remember
around
liking
this
it.
time too, though, like the actual, like the little cartoon.
Yeah, cartoon
Mario
was
with
way
Captain
better.
Lou Albano and stuff was on it. That one was so much better. And
Yeah.
I just thought, I don't know, I just thought it was gonna be like that, and it wasn't. And I was just like, I thought that one was terrible as a kid.
Yeah.
Okay, before we're fixing to get into June, and the amount of money that was spent at the theater in June is insane.
June is a monster.
But before we get to the big bangers, let's talk about the real unsung heroes. You got motherfucking Life with Mikey.
Great movie.
Michael J. Fox was he a child star like agent or something?
Yeah, he's an agent.
Yeah. Shout out to Doc Hollywood
Yeah.
himself, Marty McFly.
Dude, I love that movie, man.
Dude, it was fun, man. It was like I remember seeing it. I had it on like VHS with like, you know, you had Back to the Future, Teen Wolf, all that too. But I remember liking it for what
I
it
liked
was.
it. I thought it was great.
Let Chance take this is one. This
Yeah.
is what at the top of your list of favorite movies of all time that came out in June.
Ooh, this is we've never seen one that's made this much yet in these
not
episodes.
Not one of my favorite movies, but one of Harley's
Oh, okay.
favorite
Yeah.
movies. Yep.
Yeah.
It is her favorite movie. She was actually watching it right before the podcast. Jurassic Park.
Oh,
Yeah,
game
that's-
changer.
that's
I've
top
never
five.
seen
Yeah.
anything.
That's
so
my
like
favorite
that.
Yeah.
Spielberg movie.
$1,058,000,000.
That's insane.
Insanity.
I wonder how many films. It'd be interesting to see how many films that you can list that's made $1 billion at the box office.
don't know.
I'm sure there's Marvel movies that are in there, but
dude,
that's
Jurassic Park.
crazy.
That was a game
And it's
changer,
different
though.
in 1993 too.
Yeah.
$1
Yeah,
billion
dude.
Seriously,
back
though,
then,
yeah.
it's just different.
But
because
look at
tickets
all-
were like $5
But
for
the
the
amount
theater.
of money though that this summer, just that June alone made on some of these movies though, are mind-boggling.
man.
I mean, I remember when
And
Jurassic,
it's all a lie because dinosaurs had feathers.
I remember seeing Jurassic Park in theaters, and then I thought my
They
9-year-old
did compare them
self
to birds,
thought, hey,
but there was no feathers.
it's based on a book. My ass can read this fancy book that Michael Crichton write.
What's his name?
Crichton.
My
Michael Crichton, right?
really immature ass the whole time you were saying that.
You tried it too.
No, I'm over here just going, not the mama, the whole time. It has nothing to do with Jurassic Park, but they were dinosaurs.
Shout out to dinosaurs.
Shout out to dinosaurs.
I don't know. I just thought about it. I don't know. I just thought of not
But
the
yeah,
mama.
I'm
They
with you.
didn't have feathers either.
One of the greatest scores ever to a movie, the
Yeah.
John Williams score. That
you said it's your favorite Spielberg?
Yeah, I mean it's in the top five.
I mean,
It's all time.
It's
the practical
Great.
effects.
Yes,
It's
I mean I
great.
could watch it every day.
I've watched it as an
It's a
adult,
comfy movie
and it's,
for me.
I
Like,
still love it
It's
though.
just
Yeah.
comfortable.
Don't they got another one coming out? Another
Probably.
commercial?
Shout out
Right.
Newman.
They did get worse as they went, I think.
Yeah.
Nothing beats the first one.
Basically the same movie over and over.
Speaking of Last Action Hero,
Yeah, it's actually I was just talking about
I
it.
didn't,
And it
really,
was
I
like,
didn't even realize that it came out the same year.
137 million.
I mean, the premise of the movie was a good concept.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't tell you the kid actor that was in that one.
Alfie from my brother.
Yeah, it wasn't. good. I
I'm
wasn't
just
never a
kidding.
fan of Last Action Hero.
Me
though.
either.
It wasn't good. It was supposed to be like the biggest movie.
But at the end of June was a banger in Dennis the Menace with Walter Matthau.
That was one of my favorite movies.
He goes, Mrs. Wilson, you're the nicest old gal on the block.
Shout out Christopher Lloyd in that one.
Yep.
Switches out the teeth with the aspirin or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
117 million.
Dude.
It did.
Christopher
fucking four
Lloyd and
times more than
Those
Sandlot.
beans
did,
that he would
man.
eat.
Oh,
The beans.
gross. yeah.
I love this movie.
I
though.
love it still this day.
so
Four
much.
times what Sandlot did.
That's crazy.
Then like
And then
this,
you had Sleepless in Seattle
the,
that did
the
227
rom com
million.
of like rom
Of all
com,
time.
early
Yeah.
'90s. Yeah,
That,
it really
that got
was.
Tom Hanks. That
Is it Meg Ryan?
Yep.
yeah.
Tom Hanks,
Yeah,
Meg Ryan.
great movie.
Yeah, Tom.
God dang! Look at the last movie.
The Firm was a big movie.
was a big movie.
It
Yeah,
really
that
was.
yeah.
Yeah.
$270 million. The Firm, June 30th.
Another
My
one.
pop's birthday.
Another one that my older brother was like all about it.
Yeah.
My dad was all about it.
Yeah, no, The Firm.
And so I watched it because they watched it.
Yeah.
June was a huge
I'm
month.
gonna let whoever started off.
Wait till you get to July.
Yeah, July
Oh, dude.
2nd. One of y'all
ahead.
can handle it
Go
first.
Can I, I'll
I'm
start
gonna let y'all
the
handle
first
it.
one. Look, as a huge fan of this guy's movies, and I still love his stand up now to this day. I like his podcast, Pauly Shore, Son-in-Law, which
Haven't seen it.
people say that it's my favorite Pauly Shore movie. I know
Yeah,
everybody
I
says
agree with
Encino
It's
Man.
the best Pauly.
I like Son-in-Law better.
I can
I do
understand why people would say it's Encino Man. Yeah. But I think Son-in-Law. I like it.
Yeah,
You know,
if I'm being honest, I just don't like Sean Astin that much, and he's the one in Encino Man. I'm talking about in that movie.
yeah.
He just really gets on my damn nerves in that movie because he hates on Linkovich Chomsky the whole movie. Brendan Fraser's character, he hates on him, dude, and he's mean.
You
He's
need to
mean
put
to
that in
Pauly
the song.
Shore.
You need to put that. You need to write
Linkovich
that in.
Chomsky, dude. We's in the
mean
Jews.
to
No,
That's
we's in
gotta
the
go in a
Jews.
hook somewhere.
it's got to.
He's mean to him.
Well, July
25 million, dude. Shout out, munching on some grindage, dude. Pauly Shore, one of the goats.
July 7th.
Who's taking that one?
The second greatest Chicago Cub player of all time. The first you asked me is Andre Dawson. So y'all thought I was gonna say Mark Grace or Sammy Sosa, didn't you?
No, I was gonna say Ryan Sandberg.
He really is the GOAT. He really is my favorite.
I was gonna say Rod Beck.
Ryan.
Ryan, yeah.
We got
RYN.
Rookie of the Year, July 7th. Right after the 4th of July, we can go to the
I
theater
mean,
and
just
see
the
Rookie.
two best kid baseball movies.
Thank you.
Sandlot,
Thank
Rookie of the
you.
Year.
How many kids tried breaking their arms after watching that movie just so they could throw
dude.
harder?
Funky butt love.
The fact that the two
And that
great,
sound effect that his arm made.
like a
Yeah.
rubber band.
Squeaky, metally
Yeah.
squeaky sound.
Oh,
God, I
The
love
fact
this
that the
movie.
two greatest baseball movies ever
Yes.
came out in the same year, and
Yes.
collectively they didn't do as much as Dennis the fucking Menace. They did $90 million between them two movies, and Dennis the Menace did almost 120. But Rookie of the Year, the best part to me about Rookie of the Year is Daniel Stern.
oh yeah.
Oh, man.
Head down, throw the ball.
Daniel Stern's usually the best thing about a
Of
lot
all
of
movies.
things.
When he
Shout out
swatted
Bush-
at
shout out
the fly
Bushwhacked.
on the third
And he was
base
top
line.
Bushwhack. Yes.
Oh, man.
Oh my God.
Shout
I
out
love
to
that movie.
Bushwhack. Y'all remember that movie, Daniel Stern?
It's also
Love
how you
Bushwhack.
hate
Love
Fred
that
Savage.
movie.
He's the voice though of the Wonder Years.
Yeah,
He's
he
the
is.
narrator.
Facts, Daniel Stern.
So do
absolutely.
you still like him?
No, I don't. I don't dislike Fred
He's
Savage
Marv.
in Wonder
I mean-
Years.
Yeah,
it's
he's
just
Marv.
Yeah.
fat. He's Marv.
Damn right he's Marv.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reach
He's
the
greatest,
top.
He's the greatest pitching coach of all time.
Yeah. Yeah.
When he gets
agree.
stuck between the two doors. yeah.
He gets stuck in. He gets stuck in
Yeah.
the locker room.
Oh my God. We won. Rookie of the Year was so great, and you had legendary. You had my favorite comedic actor.
I'm watching
ever.
Rookie of the Year tomorrow.
I think I
might
need
put
to
it
my
in the
week.
night
I
before I
need
go
to
to
add this to my week watch.
You had John Candy in there.
Yeah.
My favorite,
Yes,
my
he was
favorite
the
comedic
announcer.
actor
He was
ever.
Dude, on
such a great
July
movie.
16 is there's a few things that white women love. Chicken salad chick,
Yep.
And Free Willy.
oat milk lattes,
No, I know where he's going.
and hocus pocus.
Yep.
That is this. Them three things are a white woman's dream.
Absolutely. Hocus Pocus for sure.
Shout out to all the white women. Trust me, I know white women. Trust me.
Dude, my mom and my sister are absolutely obsessed with Hocus Pocus.
Every white woman.
My sister watched it all the time. My mom and sister still
Chicken
watch
salad,
That is the
with
truth.
lattes, and Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus, dude.
Yeah.
Hocus Pocus.
I'm gonna
dude.
rip that line off. I'm gonna say that.
I got you, my man. I got you.
51 million. But backtracking before that, did y'all like In the Line of Fire at all?
I've seen it. I don't really remember
Yeah,
it.
it's a good, it's a decent movie.
Was that Clint Eastwood?
$187 million.
Go back to how much you said Hocus Pocus did.
It says 51
And
million.
ain't that crazy how that's like the cult classic?
It's-
following
it's
every
over
single
time,
year. Like it's
yeah.
made more money since it came
Since-
out.
That's
since-
how it's
came
been
in.
with like multiple movies
Yeah.
on this list.
Yeah, but what's crazy is a movie that came out the same day as that
Oh,
did over $100 million more in Free Willy.
well,
Everybody liked Free Will.
Well, Michael Jackson
Michael
was tied
Jackson.
to.
Yeah, it had that soundtrack.
like the River Jordan.
There
it is.
Yeah.
I cried at the end of Free
Oh
Will.
man,
I've showed the trailer to my daughter, and she loves
I've
it.
never seen Free Willy. No, I just knew it was going to be sad, and I stayed away from
fair.
but
it.
it's a good it's a good sad ending.
It is.
Oh, okay,
It's a good
well,
It
sad
is.
ending.
It is.
When,
I don't know if
when
I'll-
he's standing on the rocks and got his fist up in the air, and that
Yeah.
Willie just jumps right over and you hold me.
Like a movie that made me sad. It's not on 93. I just had to break it.
Okay, go ahead.
Something I thought was happy when I was a kid, but wound up being sad as an adult. Was Turner and Hooch.
Oh yeah,
I can't watch
I
Turner
didn't.
Hooch.
I don't know how I missed that.
It's sad.
I'm all for that. We'll get to that at some point.
No,
But-
Turner Hooch,
no,
sad movie, dude.
Yeah.
But
Sad
Free
movie.
Willy was a happy ending.
Yeah, it's a
though.
happy
Yeah,
ending.
Yeah.
Well, this movie's terrible. I'm obsessed with the first one, Weekend at Bernie's 2.
I was waiting on. I knew one of y'all.
The
yeah.
only thing worth watching in the Weekend at Bernie's 2 movies is Bernie dancing while he's dead. It's the only thing. Ultimately, as much as I love the first one, the second one's
And it's funny that the Bernie, like as a dancer, that's like a dance move that people do.
Yeah,
It's called
it's
the
so
Bernie.
true.
Yeah.
It's
That's-
so true.
Over the past
Forgot about
decade,
that.
it's
Yeah.
like that's a dance move.
that's crazy, dude. Shout out to Weekend at Bernie's.
dude, there's more
Bernie
bangers coming
Lomax.
through with July. I mean,
First movie I ever seen on my own, literally as a kid by myself in movie theater, was Coneheads.
really?
Yeah, because my mom and grandmother they went to see What's Love Got to Do with It that we skipped over. But I remember going to see Coneheads, and the only reason why I seen Coneheads because that we were trying to match up the times because I wanted to see Dennis the Menace, but the time at the movie theater was different, so I had to watch Coneheads. But I remember sneaking into the end because I think Dennis the Menace is a longer movie than Coneheads, so I remember like sneaking into after Coneheads went off to catch the end of Dennis the Menace, and I don't want to watch What's Love Got to Do with It.
Yeah.
But I felt like such a big kid.
Just standing there by yourself, just
Shout out
Watching
Coneheads.
Coneheads though. Yeah.
so great.
Some of the parts in Coneheads are kind of terrifying when they start eating
Oh, yeah,
and
when-
shit. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of terrifying.
And
I didn't know what I was watching. I just wanted to see Dennis the Menace. Honest to truth, which as a
Right.
kid, I didn't know what I was watching. But I just thought it was cool to go to the movie by myself, and I had all intentions of sneaking into Dennis the Menace.
Well, dude, I mean, you had another classic with Tupac and Janet Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
Poetic Justice.
Yep.
is great.
It's a good movie.
I think that it's probably my second favorite Tupac movie. Above the Rim's my favorite.
Yeah.
Was that Janet's only movie?
That's the only one I know of.
I think I
That's a
thought
good
she did
question.
good too. I don't know why she didn't do more movies.
Yeah, I mean, she did like TV shows.
She's
when she was a
looking
kid.
good in that
Yeah.
movie too.
Oh well.
She was.
Yeah, Janet,
She was looking giggity.
Janet's looking. Yes.
Well, you got a great comedy classic in there, Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Oh,
I was a fan
man.
of that one growing up.
Yep.
It did $35 million. It did more than Coneheads
I mean,
and
all that's
Poetic
like a
Justice.
big numbers, but like,
But
the
in
grand
'93,
scheme,
that's a big number in the '90s. What's surprising to me is Rising Sun did $63 million. I think that's
Wesley Snipes,
Wesley Snipes.
Steve Buscemi.
Okay.
Oh,
I remember.
I never saw that movie.
I remember seeing the cover.
Never seen
for
it, but I was about to say
the cover
yeah.
always stuck out to me and everything.
This is one that I never really got caught on to, and I love Mike Myers, but so I married an axe murderer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can't.
seen it.
I never really.
Y'all were gonna mention that.
I never really got. It never really.
There's just clips. The family clips are the funniest part of that movie when he does the dad and the
Unpopular.
kid. He's like, "Head, this kid's head looks like an orange on a toothpick."
I'm not a Mike Myers fan.
I love Austin Powers.
No, I know that's weird. No, I didn't
No,
like
man, I
it.
get. I can see that.
It's
You're not a fan of like Wayne's World or Austin Powers or nothing.
I was never big
No,
on him
I always
Yeah.
wanted.
I thought he was funny in
I always
Austin
wanted
Powers.
Michael Myers to slash his damn throat.
Shout out Michael Myers.
I love Michael Myers.
Yeah.
And I knew I don't know. I knew that
I
Austin
get
Powers
it.
is
I
big.
can
I
see
remember
that,
like
though.
all my friends in high school loving like Austin Powers and stuff, and they're all was like reciting and saying the words, doing the accent. I'm just sitting there looking at them like this shit's not fucking funny to me. I just didn't think it was funny. I didn't.
It's
Shout
not
out
working
to
for
it,
me.
dude.
No.
So we got another banger. Where are we in August?
Yeah, we're in August.
The Fugitive.
Great movie.
Oh,
Saw it in the theater with my parents.
$353 million.
crazy.
Action movies, bro.
Yeah,
That was the
And
movie
Harrison
when I
Ford,
watched it, I
too,
was
bro.
like, I
Harrison
felt
Ford was a
older.
man.
Like I was like,
Yeah,
this
for
is
sure.
like adult movies.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And I was so into it.
Harrison Ford and Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones, man.
Well, look,
it's such a good movie.
It really is, but as good of a movie as it is, it doesn't hold a candle to the Meteor Man. Robert Townsend.
Terrible.
It's
Terrible.
a close second to Blank Man. Blank Man's one of the greatest
Terrible.
superhero films of all
Terrible.
time. No, but I
Terrible.
never was a fan of Meteor Man.
Terrible.
Was you a fan of it?
No.
No.
I haven't
No.
seen it.
I've seen it. I watched it as a kid. Hated it.
Yeah.
My boyfriend's back.
I remember that one too.
watched it.
I remember it
I bet
being
your
okay.
sister watched that movie.
She did,
I was-
absolutely.
I,
She
I,
liked
I
the
know your
VHS.
family way
Yep.
too well.
That's how I saw it. Was because she watched it. Searching for Bobby Fischer. I don't think I ever saw it. I mean, it was one of those that everybody talked about, but I never really saw
I remember
it.
hearing about that movie back in the day. And then you have one of the worst Friday the 13th interpretations in there. Jason Goes to Hell.
Didn't they go to space in that movie?
No, that was after
That
this.
was
X.
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 Oh,
Jason
Jason,
Goes
I
to Hell.
knew one of them was.
Jason Goes to Hell is the worst one because it's
It's
like a
terrible.
spirit.
But that
It's a
ending,
worm. It's a fucking demonic worm.
That ending had everyone talking.
Oh
though.
yeah,
the
that
Freddy ending?
the Freddy ending and everything.
Yep.
Yeah,
and it finally materialized years and years.
one of
later.
the one of the
Shout out
worst
Materialized.
looking Jasons in the whole franchise too. That whole opening scene. You did get some nice titties in that opening scene. Of it. I said titties.
Shout out titties. There we go. Now we're on the right track. Yeah.
But you did get some, and the tent scene. That's the only reason why I rented that movie back in the day. Too.
Titties and tents. Yeah.
There's
TNT.
two good
That's the
scenes.
original
that had
TNT right there. All right,
The
cool.
original TNT.
Shout out to Ted Turner.
Titties and tents, dude.
that between that and Species, man, those tapes got rented quite a bit.
Species.
It's a good movie.
No, the movie's terrible.
But
But
Species. I'm talking about Species.
yeah.
I
Well,
love
speaking,
Species was good.
we talked about it earlier. Another Jean-Claude Van Damme, Hard Target.
Oh yes, dude.
Glorious Mullet, $31 million.
Dude.
Again, his second highest. Like, he did 2 films that we've seen so far,
Yeah.
and this one did 20 million less than the other one, and it still did more than freaking Sandlot almost.
And Hard Target, I think, is better than Nowhere to Run is great, but I love Hard Target.
I
And
wonder
it's a
why
John,
it did more money.
It's John Woo. It's a John Woo movie too. Hard Target is.
Yeah.
Man, when he's
Can't
he's
win
standing
them
on
all.
the motorcycle,
No.
and he's standing on the motorcycle, and the car's coming in, and he does the dive over the car. Man, you can't beat that.
I know who
That's
can.
real life.
beat it with a stick.
I
you
know
can't.
who can beat it.
Who?
The fucking Surf Ninjas.
Oh, dude, Surf Ninjas. My brother was obsessed with Surf Ninjas, dude. I was more of a
Same day.
three
same-
ninjas guy.
So much ninja. Ninja Gaiden was on
Didn't that have, what's
20th.
his name from Turtles 2 in it?
Yes, it
Kino.
sure was.
Kino?
Yes.
Is that his name?
Yeah,
It sure was. This
Same
guy's
guy.
mad. I like him. It sure was.
So, were y'all a fan of Needful Things?
that's a Stephen King adaptation.
Stephen King was that one? I didn't know that. I love
Needful
Stephen
Things,
King.
yeah.
Never
Yeah.
saw
I
it.
don't know this one, to be honest with you.
I wonder, was that one of them that he had that was like a series? I'd never seen
I don't
Needful
know.
Things.
I'm not sure. I can't put.
Well,
money
no,
on
because it had a box office. So now it was.
Was it Stephen King though?
Let's
I don't
see.
know. Don't
What's that?
I don't know.
I don't know that
I'm
one.
rambling.
Not
I'm
gonna lie.
rambling. Coming out of nowhere.
Sure, it's Stephen King. Or
Yeah.
I
something.
mean, you skipped over one, honestly. Man Without
What?
a Face is a good movie.
Man,
Ooh, was that the Chevy Chase?
You
No.
seen that movie? I
Was
don't
it?
know who's- I just
No,
know the-
I know what you're thinking of.
I've never heard of
think of the
Man
name
Without
of
a Face.
You never heard of Man Without a Face?
I have not. It did $24 million.
It's a good movie.
That's why I'm looking to see who was in the cast.
I want to know
of
what
it.
that Chevy Chase
Mel
movie.
Gibson.
It's a good
Oh,
movie.
okay. That's the one where he like has all the face
The
scar.
Neighbor, like it was like
Yeah,
it was a
okay.
great movie.
I've never seen it, but I've heard of it. Yeah.
Great
What,
movie.
what Chevy Chase movie am I
I know
talking
what you're
about?
thinking.
Yeah,
I
don't
can
know
see
what
the cover.
Scream
art.
Factory did it.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was.
Fletch.
No.
Fletch. Fletch is fucking great. And it's not Fletch now. I don't know what this movie.
Fletch.
Yeah,
That movie is horrible. You like that movie? No.
I love Chevy Chase in the '80s, bro. You couldn't miss, dude.
That movie is horrible.
I like them in there.
He
Would
likes
you
that, but
be
he
my
doesn't like
bodyguard?
Vegas Vacation.
I would be your bodyguard too. Dun, 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 dun.
Dude, you couldn't tell me that Chevy Chase wasn't singing
I thought that
song,
was
dude.
him. I thought it was him too.
I didn't even know who the fuck Paul Simon was. Like, he was this little dwarf sitting next to Chevy Chase.
I thought it was
Let
Chevy
him
Chase's
fucking
song.
cook
Yeah.
Let him
up, dude.
sing. Let him cook. Let him cook.
Let him cook. Dude. Shout out to So
September.
September, there's some movies in here that did numbers that I don't even know really much. Fortress,
I don't know that one.
$46 million.
I don't know.
California is a good movie.
I never heard of it.
Is that the one
Is
with
it
Brad
good?
Pitt
Yep.
in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Brad Pitt. It's got to be good. 'cause he's,
Is that the one that's kind of got the vibe of like Natural Born
Yep.
Killers a little bit?
Yeah, yes, yeah,
I have to
yeah,
go back
yeah.
and check. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I've never seen it, but
Yeah,
okay.
definitely check that one out. Shout Select put it out.
Yep.
Okay.
Shout out to the Joy Luck Club.
That movie was good. I'm sorry. I know. I'm a gangster.
never seen it,
Dude,
man.
Joy Luck Club is good, man.
I remember my mom was a big fan of it when it came out.
They
but
made
I never
32
saw it.
million.
I like
$32
more what the females like. I ain't
you
gonna
go.
lie.
Hey, ain't nothing
That's
wrong
why I
with
get
that.
along with them so well.
Yeah. These other ones, Money for Nothing. I don't know.
Hills Have Eyes Part 2. We skipped that one.
Yeah, it
I-
went straight to video. That's why.
Oh, here we go.
That's the one where that follows the dog and everything.
True
correct?
Romance. That
September's
was
a
a
little,
little.
little
Oh,
light
yeah,
until,
end of
until the last
September.
weekend.
Yeah, the end of
the last of September gets real good.
True Romance was great. And then you got one of the best movies you could say of the 90s, Dazed and Confused.
Oh yeah.
As far as like, I mean, I guess you say it's comedy, but it's got a little bit of
Great.
All
Three
right,
great
all right,
movies
all
on
right.
there.
$8 million is all that motherfucker
And
did.
it's another.
It's a
one-
cult classic, though.
It's a cult
Yeah.
classic. It's my favorite.
Wow.
How do you say his last name?
Linklater.
Linklater.
I cannot
Linklater?
believe
It's
it's all he done.
I
like that
know.
movie.
Dude. I think that's the only Richard Linklater movie I like.
I've
I've tried to watch his other ones, unless I'm thinking of one. As far as movies he's directed, they're all just super weird, except for that one.
But the cast.
Oh, dude, you got Rip,
You got Rip.
Cole Hauser,
You got
Ben
Ben
Affleck.
That was McConaughey's first
Yeah.
movie.
First
Matthew
role.
McConaughey
Nice.
gets away with a very p-worded thing. You know, what does he say? The best thing about this, I keep getting older. They say the same age.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, God, they're all underage. What the fuck? Everybody's like, hell yeah.
He's got his cigarettes rolled
Paddling
up in
each other.
his,
Yeah.
cigarettes rolled up in his sleeve and everything.
But my
while.
my parents talk about that movie all the time about how accurate it was because
Yeah.
that was the exact time they were graduating high school,
That makes sense.
like the late 70s. And they said from the clothing to the music to the way that they did a great job with like making it look
It's a
like
great
it was
movie.
then.
Freshman bitches. I like the soundtrack to that movie is
Dude.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
If you like Foghat.
And you had shout out Foghat. You also got my favorite football movie of all time,
the program.
Program,
So good.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
which we spoke about earlier. Craig Sheffer, the dude that he was in Power in the Sky. He's the quarterback.
Yeah.
You also have Mike Tomlin. Oh wait, my bad. That's not Mike Tomlin.
Omar Epps.
Omar Epps, yeah.
Close
They look
enough.
exactly
They
alike.
do. They do look a lot
They look
alike.
exa- Mike Tomlin's just a little bit more swole.
You got Leatherface in there.
You do have Andrew Bernarski
Yeah.
in there.
Roid raging it up.
I think that movie,
What's the other linebacker's name though?
Alvin Mack,
Yeah, it's the
Alvin
most
Mack.
terrifying.
kill them all, let the paramedics
Yeah.
sort them out.
Dude,
Yeah.
when he's
Yeah.
talking to the Arkansas offensive lineman, dude.
He's very believable.
I'll
in
never
his
forget
role.
too when that movie came out. I wasn't allowed to see because we was 10 at the theater, but like I remember there was a huge thing going around because there was a scene in it where they were playing that chicken where they were laying in the road, dodging the cars, and
Yeah.
then kids started doing it and somebody died.
No, yeah, sure. That's so true.
I'm almost positive they took that scene out of the movie. Now it's not. I don't know if
I
you can
believe
YouTube
that's
it,
true.
But I remember hearing that all the
Yes.
time when I was growing
And
up.
they did take that scene out.
It was like a whole ordeal back then. But program's awesome, man.
Hey man, give him Macaulay Culkin some love, man. A good
Yeah.
son.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Yep.
That was a
What?
good
That was
movie.
a
Elijah
big
Wood?
twist for him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was
Like-
a
like
totally
from
different.
Home Alone
Yeah,
to
a
that.
totally different
Elijah
actor.
Wood, man.
Yeah.
One of the more underrated.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He
got
always
some
does
bangers.
solid. Yeah, he always does solid in everything.
He's got bangers.
dude. That whole scene, the interstate scene when they throw the fake body over the interstate. Oh my god, over the bridge.
I remember watching as a kid, just going, man, like,
Dude,
Kevin
I-
McAllister, you are something else.
You are a little piece of shit.
My daughter calls the black and white video the Kevin McAllister video because she likes Michael Jackson because
Yeah.
I make her, and so we'll watch the black and white video because she thinks it's so cool that Kevin McAllister's in it.
Yep.
One of my favorite mob movies came out in the September. Bronx Tale.
Bronx Tale, yeah.
Love a Bronx
It's a good
Tale.
movie.
Great movie.
It finally got a Blu-ray release this, last
Got a
year.
4K.
And a 4K.
Yeah.
But you don't have a 4K TV. Though,
I don't have a 4K
so
TV to watch it on, but it's a.
You still
it's
have to get up and turn the channel.
Yeah, my dial. I don't even know the remote.
Dude, a Bronx Tale, the end of September.
Yeah.
A movie that I never, as much as I love gangster films, it was one I never saw growing up until like in the last 3 or 4 years. and it's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah,
man.
it's so good.
And I love De Niro. You know,
Well, yeah.
It's based off a play.
and he wrote and directed it too.
Yeah, and then what's the main guy?
Chaz Palminteri?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's based off.
It was a
his-
one man show that he did.
Yeah,
Yep.
and everything. So
And he's got he's really cool to listen to on podcasts too. He's got like dope podcasts. But that movie's great, man.
Oh, yeah.
I love that movie. And it was just crazy that I went so long without seeing it. I remember seeing everybody talking about it growing up. And people have the posters, but it was one that I never saw.
no,
But it did. What did it? 17 million.
See?
I got one for you. Feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme. Come on, y'all! It's bobsled time.
So great. Cool running. Cool runnings.
Fun
Love
fact,
that movie.
Yeah.
Kiss the egg, Senka.
Jelly's favorite movie of all time is Cool Runnings. He
Really?
used to quote it all the time. He would quote that same line.
You can't tell me Kofi Kingston didn't get his character. In Cool Runnings. Every time
Oh,
I
for
see
sure,
the
dude.
old Kofi Kingston, anyway, I always saw the Cool Runnings.
Kiss the egg, Senka.
155 million.
John Candy, man. John
That's
Candy.
Jason's favorite movie. Cool
Oh,
Runnings.
Jason, yeah, no Jelly, Jelly Roll, dude. He loves that damn movie.
It's greatness, man. You can't go wrong with it.
No, man. Yeah, Demolition Man.
Hey, that movie was. Yeah,
150.
and it was like Last Action Hero. It
Yeah.
was like really like bigged up and like they had the.
It got Taco Bell rolling
I was
again.
about to say one. It was Taco Bell. I knew it was one. I remember seeing the commercials all the time about it. Yeah,
So Sly Stallone generated $400 million at the box office.
He's a
in
beast.
93.
Wow.
Yeah.
Off those two films. Cliffhanger and Demolition Man.
And
Legit
and
beast.
those are at the bottom of his list of movies.
About to
This
say,
is
that's
kind of
not-
a
well, yeah.
departure. Is, but you know, he was
Yeah,
hitting
it was
hard
kinda
from the
in,
80s.
yeah.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
was kind of towards the end.
Absolutely.
He was fading out.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Golly.
still pulling in money.
But still pulling in money.
Yeah, those were not even like good movies
yeah.
Right.
for him.
Right.
Right. So here's another one that we'll talk about. I know y'all want to. We'll have to talk about this. Nightmare Before Christmas. Where do y'all sit with that? Do y'all like it?
I didn't like
I
it,
like it.
ever growing up, but my son loves it now. So now I watch it.
I'm indifferent.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
That's kind of where I'm at with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've watched it a time or two, and I'm thinking, oh, it's fine, but I've never.
it's fine. I don't.
I
hate
get,
it, but-
I guess, why people. It's like one of those ones every year for people.
Yeah,
I love the music in it. The music's fabulous in it, but
Yeah.
it's not one that I have to pull. It's like
It's
not
Tim
a
Burton as
mandatory.
well.
Yeah, but it's
which
Tim Burton, which he's
Shout out Beetlejuice. I need to see the new one, by the way.
And
love
from
that movie,
production,
man.
new
from
one.
I
a
haven't seen it
production
before.
standpoint,
it's getting all
Yeah.
the good reviews.
crazy.
Yeah, it was really creative.
Yeah,
Yep.
and he was in the mix of doing Batman, doing this and Batman Returns at the same time.
94 million. It did.
I'm surprised Nightmare Before Christmas hasn't been remade.
You would think
Oh, yeah,
It
yeah.
seems like something
Like-
Honestly, though, I
cartoon,
don't
man.
remember being in '93. I thought it was like,
later.
yeah, I
Yeah.
did.
some type of live action.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it go
I
live
feel like it was
action.
kind of ahead of his time a little bit, though.
Yeah.
It was.
It's Tim Burton. I mean, that's what he does.
You have
so.
two different worlds that came out that same day, though.
My favorite sports movie of all time, Rudy.
Yeah,
Favorite
Oh,
football
dude.
movie, favorite sports movie. I watch
I
it
just like you
religiously.
more and more. as you
Yeah,
speak.
dude.
I feel like every young athlete should be required
Thank
to
you.
watch Rudy,
Thank
along
you.
with
Yeah.
Rockies and
Yeah.
movies like that. But Rudy is
Definitely
just
Rudy.
incredible. The
Ah.
music.
Could not agree more.
Jerry
Oh
Goldsmith.
man, Jerry Goldsmith, rest in peace. I think he died.
Sean Astin, dude.
Yeah.
Sean Aston,
Great.
Vince
God,
Vaughn
freaking
was
love
in
that
there.
movie.
A lot of people
Vaughn,
forget about Vince
Early
Vaughn.
on, Vince
Yeah, it
Vaughn,
was-
too.
yeah.
You had
Bars.
Happy. What's his name?
I can't think of
Iron
his
Man
name.
dude. John Favreau.
Yeah, John Favreau.
And,
He
yeah.
said GD way too much. My mom hated it. And how much he said GD.
But man, that ending, that man, it gets you in the field.
I used to listen to that CD soundtrack like on my portable CD player and go to sleep to it. And just one of my favorites.
Dude, that ending, it's still to this day. If you've watched it a million times, and it still
broke up.
gets you. In
It's
the
so
feels.
They
good.
were a couple.
It's so good.
man.
So we're going to throw.
You were born to wear that jacket.
I was showing them Bill
Facts.
Murray and Khalees.
They were a thing. This is fact. They broke up, but we're going to put this on the screen, that picture. Khalees and Bill Murray were, in fact, an item at one point.
insane.
That's my dude.
Crazy.
She looks like it's her great-grandfather.
That's wild to me.
Shout out to him,
That's
man.
crazy.
What else we got? Yeah, RoboCop 3.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Terror, rubble.
Another one of my
Fatal Instinct, by the way.
Oh, yeah, that was another one. Oh, it did 8 million, dude.
That's so weird. Yeah. But yeah, RoboCop 3 stunk.
I think that this is probably. I would say that this is probably my favorite Pacino movie. Carlito's Way is probably my favorite. Pacino.
I can see why.
I know Chance is going to get mad because it's not Scarface.
Because Scarface is the best, but it's a.
But it's I get it.
I
I love Carlito's Way, but the story.
I get Carlito. I get why he would say that. Though.
Yeah. And you had, I just love Pacino's role in that, and you also had John Leguizamo was Benny Blanco in there.
One of the Penns, Sean Penn, is in that one.
I think so. Yeah.
I feel like he was.
He was the attorney. He was his.
Oh
attorney.
yeah. Sean Penn. Yeah, with the fro. Yeah,
fro
Yep,
and everything.
Love Carlito's Way.
Carlos
man.
Way is. It's pretty
I watched
good.
it for
I
the
just
first
love
time
Scar. I just love
with
Scar.
y'all like this past year, I think.
Yeah, dude. I love it, man.
I won't upset Chance.
No, it was Donnie Brasco. That's
Yeah,
what we
you watched
watched.
Donnie
recently.
Brasco.
Which is
love that movie.
that's my number 2 favorite Pacino movie.
That's a good movie.
You got one
I
for
love
us?
yeah.
Hey, we just skipped right over. Look who's talking now.
For a reason. It was skipped over for a reason.
You can't follow Mr. Toilet Man. It eats your doo doo and your pee pee, dude. You can't follow it.
Nah, it was skipped for a reason.
I say give it to him.
It's like Adam's Family Values.
That's the ones with the dogs talking, right?
Yeah, look. I never was a fan of Adam's Family or Adam's Family Values movie. I just never got in board.
The best thing was the song with Hammer.
Yeah, facts.
Do what I want to do. Say what I want to say.
Yeah,
Had
had the two legit stuff. That music video was amazing.
It was Bob.
But the movie sucked.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
never a
He's the
fan
only
of
reason why I had any interest in that movie.
Yeah.
No, I was honest truth.
Yeah.
You guys completely skips over Ernest Rides Again?
I was glad he did.
We all know that there's only 4 Ernest movies.
That movie
happen.
is horrible.
Ernest Goes to Jail, Ernest Goes to Camp, Ernest Scared Stupid, and Ernest Saves Christmas. All those other ones are not real.
No.
They didn't count.
Ernest Ride
He
Again.
rides again. He went to Africa. He slam dunked with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
The Kareem Abdul-Jabbar thing is the only thing I even really remember.
Yeah.
Well, I'll throw one out here. I was a fan of
After
this
all
one.
that
It was
stuff.
it was the Disney version. It was the live action, The Three Musketeers.
How'd you like that one?
I did like that one as a kid. It had what's his name, Robin from the
I remember.
Batman
I
Forever.
remember this.
Chris something.
Yeah, it had him in it, and then
I can't think of his name.
what's his name from 24? Kiefer Sutherland.
Kiefer,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
the
had
man.
him in it. And
You know, I'm a
everything.
big
It's another
Kiefer
thing.
fan.
I'm glad y'all talked about. You tried to tell him to watch 24.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love
Love
that.
Kiefer.
That's why
That's
I
what
bugged
Jordan-
him for years to watch
That's what Jordan's
24.
been telling
It's
us.
so good.
So good.
I
We
know
like
you'll
all the
like
military.
I
like,
just got to commit
There's
to
just
watch
ins
so
it.
and
much
outs.
of it.
It's so good.
I gotta commit to watch
It's
it.
Kiefer Sutherland, man. I love Kiefer.
you're gonna wish you had more seasons when you finish. It.
Honestly, I agree.
Yeah.
I 100% agree.
Well,
There's not enough.
we're gonna finish out this year strong. Look, there's some big movies on this last month.
Well, you skipped one in
yeah,
November.
we got
Oh, we
a
did. I'm
big
sorry.
one.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
talk
I'm
about
sorry.
it. Tell us.
You skip 2 I like on
Oh,
there.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Go ahead. I know what you're gonna say. Go ahead.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Absolutely.
Banger.
So good.
So good. Best Robin Williams movie?
That's my favorite.
favorite?
God.
Hook. I love
Hook.
Hook.
Hook
I love
would be right there
as
with it.
well.
I'm gonna have to go with Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah, I love Mrs. Doubtfire too, but I think I
I have to go with Hook just for the music.
I think I'm gonna go with the Fisher King.
I like
Fucking no.
I like Patch Adams though.
That's a great movie.
But I don't
Never
think
seen
I liked
Patch
it.
Adams.
I don't think I liked it more
Which
than
one was the movie where
Mrs. Doubtfire was the best.
it's the one where when he was the big kid.
Jack.
I love Jack.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah, Jackson.
He's got a great. He's
also
got a great film
love
repertoire.
the female in
Shout out to repertoire.
Jack. In Jack. I love that the female in
Hey,
that.
one
Oh,
of,
the
his,
girl.
one of his last
Yeah,
movies
her
they
name is
did.
Jade to the hello.
World's Greatest Dad. That was a good
I've
one.
never
too.
seen that
one.
Yeah.
That movie is not about my dad.
Mrs. Doubtfire did $441 million.
And then you got the little weird kid in me who Mrs. Doubtfire was cool and all, but Josh and Sam was my shit. Love Josh and Sam, man.
Man, I thought you were gonna go with We're Back at
Fuck
Dinosaurs.
no, Josh and Sam, man.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you, in December, I'm just gonna do a little ditty for you, right?
Uh-oh.
If you
Oh,
wanna
please, no.
be somebody, if you wanna go somewhere, what do you tell them? You gotta wake up and pay attention. Sister Act 2, you bitches.
That's what
I
I thought you were
couldn't say
doing.
that because the vocals were hitting so hard. I'm just sitting back
I
laughing.
fucking love that movie, dude. And
Sister
that was
Act
before I
2 's
knew.
good.
I remember I didn't even know Lauren. And dudes from City High was in it too.
He's holding.
Dudes from
Hey,
City High.
well, you're after that little rendition, we need some more of
was
that
good.
on.
Oh, Barstool Chatty, dude. Dude,
Thank you.
that movie's great. I liked it way better than the first one.
A
Back
lot
in
of people
action.
do.
Yeah.
A lot of people do.
It's
Back
the
in the
only
habit.
thing I like that Whoopi Goldberg's ever done.
Absolutely.
Because
Not
I don't
Eddie.
like her at all.
I don't
But
either. But like I loved her in Sister Act. Like
Yeah.
those were good movies.
Yes.
But Sister Act 2 with Lauryn Hill and the guy from City High was in there. Like like that was before they were even big. And then it feels like a couple of years later is when they started taking off. I know she started doing like the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill stuff a couple years later. And then City High did the What Would You Do song that went huge. But that movie's great, dude. I love the second one.
It was a good movie.
Same day, Wayne's World 2 came out the same day. Swing.
Swing.
You like?
whatever.
So y'all like Wayne's World too?
It's all right.
I think Wayne's World 2 is okay. I love Wayne's World, the first one. The second one's okay. It's like, but to me, it's not anywhere close to as good.
I
as the
don't
first
go
one.
back to what I was talking about earlier. I don't hate Wayne's World, the original Wayne's World.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not a big.
Austin
Yeah,
Powers
not
is
either.
definitely. I get why people either love or do not like
Swing.
Austin Powers.
Yeah, I just wanted to just beat people up when I talked about that movie. God dang it! I was like, shut the fuck
Because
up.
it's everybody was doing the impression.
Everybody, yeah, I think it's what it was, and I was just like, let's just watch Josh and Sam.
Well, dude, I mean, you're talking Wayne's World 2, Sister Act 2. You're in that good spirit. You know what you're going to turn on after that? Fucking Schindler's List.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. We're going to go with the down. 322 million.
That's wild.
Never seen it. I
haven't either. I'm very familiar, but
And that's
I've
Liam
seen
Neeson,
it.
correct?
Liam
Yeah,
Neeson.
yeah.
I haven't watched
Bobby
it.
Johnson.
It's
Bobby
Spielberg.
Johnson's movie.
It's Spielberg too,
Yeah.
correct?
You being a big
Yeah.
fan of Vanderbilt football, and you didn't watch Liam? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I've never. You have to pack a lunch for that one. It's a
It's a
long.
lot.
You got to
I can't
pack a
do them
lunch with a
long
couple of
ones, man.
snacks, too, I
Yeah,
think.
but
I
it's
can't do them long movies, man.
yeah.
Now, look, you can sit here all day and you can say Schindler's List is that top, but it doesn't hold a fucking candle to Beethoven's second. I fucking love Beethoven and Beethoven's
One
second.
of my favorite things
I'll-
about
I'm with you,
Beethoven
brother.
on the first one, when they're trying to think of names, and the little nerd from Step by Step keeps going, name Ultimate Warrior, name of Ultimate Warrior. I like it.
Was Grodin in both the first two?
Yeah,
he was.
$52 million it pulled in.
Dude, everybody loved Beethoven.
Power
man.
of the Saint Bernard.
Yeah,
Power of it.
I mean, you don't never see a Saint Bernard not
No,
wanna call
Saint
his name
Bernards never get
Beethoven.
no love.
Or what's the name? What's being called Lassie? What's the name of whatever?
Collie.
A Collie. Yeah, every Collie's a Lassie. Every Saint Bernard is Beethoven.
That's true.
And then you got a couple. You got two Denzel Washington
Yes, you sure
bangers.
do.
Yeah.
Another John Grisham. That's two.
Fact.
The Firm and then Pelican Brief.
Pelican Brief,
Yeah.
which with him and Julia Roberts.
Yeah,
$187
great movie.
Really good thriller.
He's so movie.
And then you had Philadelphia, which is great movie, very sad watch.
Yeah.
Kind of a very bleak
It's
movie.
a tough one.
I haven't
Tom
watched
Hanks
it.
was great. You've never seen
Tom
it?
Hanks
I've never
is-
seen Philadelphia.
It's really good, dude.
My
It's
two
one
goats
that
in
you
the same
watch
movie.
once, you're like, it's
Yeah.
amazing. I
Because
don't need to
Denzel's my
watch.
favorite. And Tom
Is that
Hanks
one of the
is-
first
Okay.
movies where Tom Hanks did like his body transformations
I would
for a
think
movie
so.
and everything?
Yeah. Because before that, it was just all comedies and like,
Yeah. Because he lost. I mean,
Forrest Gump.
yeah. Well, Forrest Gump was the year after
But
that.
I said,
that's
but actually was
94.
after that though.
But
Yeah.
What
like,
year was
yeah,
the League of Their Own? Was that 94?
It's around this
I
time.
I think so.
It's
Around that time.
It's around here. 92, I thought was when it came out, but it's like around it.
But
Oh,
you had
okay,
this
92
movie,
sounds
had
right.
Castaway, where he lost a
Castaway.
ton of weight.
That's the first
for
one
it.
I can remember him.
Yeah,
kinda-
but he did this for being an AIDS patient and everything with.
I need to go back. It's been a while since I've seen. It's been literally probably since this year of that year
Well,
when
and-
me seeing Philadelphia.
And you had and Pelican Brief and Philadelphia together did almost $400 million.
He just announced his retirement too. He's going to finish out the movies he's working on, and
Yeah,
he's
he's gonna be
done.
done.
Yeah,
Hanks is?
No,
Denzel.
Denzel. Yeah,
Denzel's my favorite actor,
Come
bro.
out with is supposed to be like
Denzel's done plenty, and he's done plenty enough,
Yeah.
man. And I love that
that's the
Denzel
proof.
didn't take lesser than movies like Pacino and De Niro did, just like
they
money
did.
grabs.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Denzel never did that.
Neither
bro.
does Tom
He
Hanks.
always
That's
did
why I
big-
love. Neither does
yeah.
Tom Hanks. That's why them two are my faves. But, yeah. And Leonardo. I know a lot of people probably frown at me, but I love Leonardo.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
DiCaprio's bad. He's a bad dude.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
one
you
of
had
the best.
you had Grumpy Old Men.
Yeah.
He's never seen it.
Still haven't seen it.
What?
Oh, dude,
So
that's
hey,
great.
so Mr.
That's
Wilson
one of
had
my
two big
favorites.
movies that year. 'cause
He
had
did.
that and
Walter
Jennifer
Matthau
Aniston.
did. Yeah.
And it's a great Thanksgiving movie too. Grumpy Old Men is a
I'm
great
gonna
watch
it
for
this month.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it this
But
month.
one that me and Jordan's a big fan. One of the greatest cartoon movies ever put out.
yeah.
Batman: Mask of the Phantasm.
So good.
During the Batman the animated series was one of the greatest series as a Batman
Both of
fan.
them came out on Christmas. That was in Tombstone.
Yeah.
But then my favorite.
Oh man, go
Stephen
ahead.
Gilbert, great.
It's
Dude,
a good
I freaking
movie.
love
It's a great
that.
movie.
That's
Yeah, I like
I haven't watched it
It's
in
a
a
great
long
one.
time.
That Leonardo pulling out the
Killed
acting
that
chops and
role,
that.
man. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. That dude, like, literally bitch slaps roles.
Yeah.
This dude is no joke.
And he
man.
did it as a
I
kid
know.
in that one.
I know.
As a kid.
I know.
That's one of the
I
best
remember being a
performances.
kid when this came out. Like as a kid, was like so impressed with his acting in this
Yeah.
movie. I think that was like the first role I was like so impressed.
You actually thought that he was
yeah.
in that. In,
Well, I knew he wasn't, but I just thought
Yeah.
he did such a good job of
Yeah,
it, and
but
I knew he
he
was
sold
young.
it good enough to where you thought that he was in that
Movie's
condition.
So
and
good,
everything.
man.
But yeah, another one that you brought up too that month, Tombstone.
Mm-hmm.
What a,
The best Western movie of all time.
so good. So good.
You got to say
What a big
that-
Christmas day, though. I mean,
You got to say that. You got to say that. That Val Kilmer's role in that movie is
Yeah.
probably one of the best performances. One of the
Oh, yeah.
best performances you can say in a movie.
What a
Yeah.
great what happened though.
I'll be
he
your
was
Huckleberry.
he was so huge, and then he just kind of fell off.
Which is where you got that.
Oh, is that what it
it's like
was?
throat cancer.
Okay, I was
Yeah,
wondering why
Batman
he had
Forever kind of killed him.
Yeah, when he was Batman.
Batman,
It kind of went
he kinda
down.
fell
Yeah.
off.
But I mean, but
It
that
was
and
awesome.
Top Gun. He had some really big.
It was a nice little salute they did to him in Top Gun Maverick, though.
I need to watch that movie because everyone goes on and on about how good
Oh,
it
it's
is.
so good.
Oh,
Everybody
dude,
says
it's
it. Like
so
literally
good.
everybody does.
It was one of those that I am so glad I saw it in the movie
That
theater
was
too.
the first time in this new era that I know people who said they went to see it twice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because some people just
It gets
don't.
the
to that.
nostalgia stuff right.
Yeah.
The newer like missions they're on are cool.
Yeah.
It
The music.
The music's incredible.
Okay,
Yeah, you got to see it.
I might make that
As a
literally.
Top Gun fan, you have to see
I
it.
love
yeah.
Top Gun. Yeah.
And the way they do Iceman in that movie,
Yeah, they do it right.
they do it right.
I might be the next movie I watch at home.
No, it's great.
Yeah.
The last one I'll say that I guess we'll leave off on is Leonardo DiCaprio. Was Seton Gilbert great?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Didn't really do much at the box office, but it was a huge one with Johnny Depp, Leonardo DiCaprio.
But take a look what all that day was, though.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
And that you got to think too. That was before.
It was Johnny Depp, wasn't it?
That was before Leo was. I mean, Basketball
He was a
Diaries
kid.
Yeah,
before
he was
that,
a
right?
kid. Yeah, he's
Growing pains.
yeah,
I
a young
mean,
teenager.
Yeah,
So
they're
it's
growing.
like
He was on
that
growing
was before
pains
he
this time.
became what he is now.
Yeah.
One of
Well,
the best.
Titanic, I think, is what really.
And it was.
Worldwide,
It
like, put him on
was.
the map.
Yeah.
Which that would be a great. I think we should knock out all the '90s ones
Yeah.
before, but '98 would be a great one. I'm sure there's a lot of.
No,
bangers.
98's a
That's
beast.
Titanic, I think.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Box office.
'93, man, was a. What would y'all say the best y'all's favorite movie of that year was?
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic
Park,
Park. As in the baseball movie.
Sandlot.
I'd say Sandlot,
Sandlot.
Rookie of the Year.
But Jurassic
Fire
Park
in the
was-
Sky.
You can't go wrong.
Rudy from
Rudy's great.
I mean, it was just.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Menace to Society.
I mean,
There's
but it
so
is
many.
though.
It's so hard
yeah.
to pick one movie out of that whole year
Yeah.
to say that's my favorite.
Absolutely.
Of the
There's no way to not. Mr. Nanny was not one of my favorite movies. Of
There you go. That's at the bottom of the
Yes,
list.
that is at the very bottom of my list. That and Who's the Man and Meteor Man.
Thanks.
But all those early '90s, really any year in the '90s, you're gonna be able to pick out.
Oh,
Absolutely.
The best movies of all time.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
If
Of
y'all
course,
are
that was our pocket.
The worst
Right.
movie I've ever seen was in the 90s. Pootie Tang. Worst movie of all time. What he went on to do in life too. Yeah. But the God bless, man.
Pull that of all the
Pootie
movies.
Tang, bro.
That's the worst movie I've ever seen. I'm being serious. That and Ginger Dead Man, the two worst movies I've ever seen.
Ginger Dead Man, dude. We got to get a poster of that for behind.
That's all we have. It's just a Ginger Dead Man poster.
Yeah, man, this was a lot of fun, guys. What was
Yes.
y'all's favorites from '93, man? There was a lot to choose from. We're gonna give y'all another one of these probably in December. We'll figure out which one.
Yeah.
But we appreciate everybody. I think next week is Thanksgiving.
Yep. Next
We'll have an episode for you Thanksgiving night after you eat all your turkey and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Gobble gobble.
Appreciate Viz for coming back up here
Yep.
with us. Appreciate
Thanks for
Brandon
having
E. Appreciate Tony and Chance. And man, I appreciate you guys for subscribing and watching.
Yeah, we're inching closer and closer to that. That 1,000 subscriber mark is a huge milestone for us, and
Absolutely.
we say it every episode. We can only get there through with y'all's help. Share us around, share videos around, all that good stuff. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers because we'll be able to do a little bit more stuff once we hit that milestone and everything. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, shout out the sponsors: Trouble Spirits, Revolution One Media, Gaggle Wrestlers. All that. Brandon, you got any parting words?
Dolly Parton.
Okay. Viz, you got anything?
No.
Okay. Chance?
Drink your milk, say your prayers, eat your vitamins.
And we out this motherfucker.